Hello everybody and welcome back to Pure Farming 2018. So today we're going to be taking a look at rice, which is in Japan. I've never actually seen rice being harvested before in a computer game, so this is going to be quite interesting to see. Now, we do have the harvest quest just here, but also we do have things like the planting, which would be nice to see as well. So I think what I'll do is I'll start the scenario for the planting, but we're not going to finish it. We're just basically going to see how it all works. We don't need to complete the quest itself. So if we can just get straight into this, then we can go and do a bit of harvesting as well, and just see really how the planting and the harvesting and the processing of the rice works. So here we are in Japan. Plant the fields. Now our machinery, I would guess, is fairly close by. Let's just see what we have here. So that must be the planter. Now I should think the rest of the equipment will appear as well, just because, yeah, in the preview we do get given everything, so that will probably spawn here momentarily. But look at this thing. It's a single cylinder petrol, by the look of it, 4-stroke, and this plants the this plants the rice. So what do we have to do? I can only assume we have to refill it, surely. Oh, that was good. I went to the right place. So that is now full, 80 kilograms of rice plants we have in here. So let's head over to one of the 4 fields. The quest is actually to plant, I think it's 60% of the 4 fields. This must be one of them just over here, with it being water. Yeah, so totally different to a normal crop because, yeah, you're planting it in water. That must be why we have to have a machine like this, I suppose, so it's lightweight. A big tractor would probably sink in. Right, so there it goes. It's doing something. We'll probably go the other way. If I just go back over here, because that's the way the furrows are going. But a very interesting thing. There we go. We've got 4 rows we can do in each pass. Planting into this water. It's very shallow water, but it's still water. And that is the planting process of rice. So obviously if we were going to do everything here, 60% of the 4 fields, if that is exactly what it wants us to do, I think it is, then yes, it would take a while. Let me just see. Yep, 60% of each of the 4 fields. The alternative is to do at least 95%. I guess if you were going to do 95%, you might as well just do the entire thing. Right, I'm going to continue here. We'll probably get all of this load done, so we've got another 68 kilograms left to do. Ooh. Yeah, turn my mouse sensitivity down. What we could do is we could keep skipping a piece just so it's easier to turn. %, sowed so far. This is field number 1, and yeah, obviously the Japanese map. This is Japan. The flag is an instant giveaway. I don't know if you've noticed as well, I've probably not given you a big enough chance to notice, but when the game is loading for each particular map, it actually has the correct type of music, the right theme, in the background for the country. So we had like a Japanese style today when we're loading the map. There we go. Which I think is nice. Obviously, if you don't go in a perfectly straight line, it is going to miss a row, which would make it look a little bit scruffy, so it does take a bit of skill to do this. But I'm intrigued by the machine we're using here. The Champion RP824 rice planter. Keep going. I should probably just, yeah, line up a bit better first. There we go. This time we can do a nice straight line. Sort out the mess I've made. That's better. We have about half left. 41 kilograms. I don't know if you have to keep taking it out of work mode or not. I keep doing it just because I think it does lift it up slightly. And there's obviously a ridge when you go in and out of the field. But this is roughly what it's going to look like, I assume, when it comes to harvesting. It's just there'll be taller crops with rice on. The minimap does show us as well where we've actually been. So we'd know, with this type of crop it's easy to see where we've been and haven't been. But yeah, with other crops where it's not quite so easy, for example wheat or barley, yes, it will tell you exactly where you haven't been. Let's see if we have enough to finish this piece in the middle. I'm hoping we will do. We've got 21 kilograms of plants left, which is quite a lot. I mean, 20 kilograms. Yeah, when you think about it. That should go quite a long way. This is obviously on an agricultural scale. But it looks like it would take about 2 and a bit loads to actually finish the entire field, if we wanted to. So far the field is 30% finished. So actually, yeah, it would take 3 loads, at least. But yes, we will be able to finish this piece here, which is nice. And that should give you a nice example of what we're actually up to here. And the sunshine is just coming out. Yeah, it was a bit dull earlier. Much duller than it is now. That's much nicer. In fact, I should do a screenshot. Don't really know the best place to take a screenshot from, really, with it being such an interesting thing. But there we go, the planting of rice. Certainly something new, and it does work. The way they've got water in the field works. So yeah, that will now grow, but obviously we're going to jump ahead and we're going to do a bit of harvesting. So this is the load screen, so you can listen to the music. Kind of. So you can see, yeah, Japanese theme. Okay, so I think it is pretty much loaded. Hopefully it is. It is the same map and everything. So we should appear in the yard with the harvester. This must be the one. I don't think I've used it before. Rice is totally new. Well, I haven't used it before. Yeah, rice is totally new to me. So let's jump onto the machine. It's tracked, otherwise it would sink in. The header is just over here. Okay, oops, I just crashed into it. G. So again, it's an interesting looking machine. Has to be fairly high up so it doesn't get stuck. The fields we're going to, again, are over here. Which way should we go? I think this will automatically open. Yep. Now every field, all 4, which we have technically just planted, will be ready to harvest. So we can go to any of them. We'll go to a different field this time. We've got the amber field, yellow field, red field. There might only be 3. It might be. Let's just take a look. Once again. Active scenario. Yeah. Mow at least 60% of 3. I think it said. Right. So this is one. That's the one we were just doing. That's what it will look like when it is fully grown. We're now going to go ahead though. So I really want to just explore a bit as well. But the other field won't be too far away. Probably just up here. The Redlands harvester for rice. I don't know where it will store it. Again, that'd be interesting to see. Yep, it looks like Japan. It calls it mowing the fields. I never knew that before. I didn't know it's called mowing. Go over the bridge. Yeah, so the final field is just over here. There's a Karcher flag over there. And a car wash. Is this the dealership up here somewhere? Yes, it is. They sell the Mitsubishi L200 as well. And the DAF and everything, actually. That's the workshop. So let's just drive past it. And we'll go and begin. Unless I've just driven into a dead end, which I might have done. Here it is. So yeah, once again, we're just going to have a go. We're just going to see what it's like to harvest. We're not going to do an awful lot. Not at this stage. Obviously, if it was our own farm in the released version, we'd do the whole thing. Right, so it looks a bit more complicated. Turn on the harvesting mechanism R. Right, and then I assume we just press F. It does have a storage facility, doesn't it? I'm not too sure now. I want to lower it down. Z. There we go. That's better. It's filling up. Let's get a more first-person view. So the header is sort of offset. Does that mean we're crushing some of the crop here? Oh no. The tracks are fairly narrow. We sort of overhang here on the platform. But you can see the rice. Looks a bit like grass in a way when a grass head has gone to seed. I guess that's why it says mow, because it's similar to grass. So is it Z again? Yep. We'll cut through the middle. We just harvested about half a ton, which sounds pretty good. I think actually harvesting is the exact same speed as planting. Although it's a bigger machine, the width and the speed, I would say, is very similar to that planter. It's like a bike almost with an engine, the planter. But it works. Effective. Okay. So there we go. Do a bit more over here. There are many other things we can do as well, but these are just the challenges I've got available to me in the preview. I probably should explain this is again the preview of the game. It isn't the full game at all. It's just been sent to me by Techland, which I appreciate, and yeah, it's just so I can show off the game. I think many other people are showing it off as well. So this is just one of the challenges available to us. There's many challenges, loads of stuff we can do. Right, I think I did miss a piece here before. So I'll go for it. Cut that first. Then we'll go back and continue down here. Yeah, as soon as we've gone through the middle, you can see it's much easier to stay on track. There's no stubble, I notice. I don't know if it cuts it right to the ground in real life, but there's no stubble there. I'm not a huge expert on rice, but I think there are different varieties, as there is with many crops. And then it will also depend on the processing of it as well. So you can get the whole grain rice, and then this is called the white harvest, this quest. So I would assume that the white rice is basically the same idea as white bread, but only rice. I don't know. I probably shouldn't say too much in case I'm wrong, but that is a full load. So if we put the pipe out, obviously we don't have a tractor and trailer here, but what does it do exactly? Let me just see. You have to you hold down X and then move your mouse from left to right, and it sort of unfolds the auger like that, and then you can obviously bring a tractor and trailer and put it underneath, which we should do. I don't know if we have one. We do. Again, thank you to the person who actually mentioned exactly what this McCormick's for. Apparently it's actually designed for the rice fields. But do we have a trailer? Yes, we do. Well, we better go and unload the first one. Otherwise it won't really be a complete job. Right. It does say buy. Do we not... Oh, I've just bought the shed. Joy. Oh well. I want to hitch up to the trailer. It's dangerous these days. You go out to pick up a trailer and then you go and buy a building. Must be careful. So that is obviously the compact tractor trailer, which looks like a really decent trailer actually. It looks like it can carry quite a lot of weight. In fact, it will have to carry a lot of weight because we have got quite a lot of grain, a lot of rice I should say, in the combine. So the tractor itself, I can only guess it's like this so that it doesn't sink into the fields, with them being fairly wet. People, or a person, hello. We're about to go and unload the very first load of rice. So I would guess that it's like a, what would it be? It would be like a brown colour, whole grain rice, if that's what it must be really. But we'll see. This is going to be educational. They must drain the land as well of the water. My roll bar has got caught. Again. Terrible driving. Okay, so if I just back up closer, that should be okay. And then jump back into the harvester. We should be able to unload. Oh, it's already doing it. It's just finished. Yeah, so it is. It's like a beige colour. So that is the basics of rice harvesting in Pure Farming 2018 in the preview. Obviously things are subject to change, but I like the idea so far. So we're going to leave this video here. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. And until next time, see you again very soon. Bye for now.